Hey, this one has the real potential to piss a lot of people off. Even more so, I think, than the one I did on Mariolatry. So I think I need to introduce some definitions into the mix before I even start. After all, you really can't have a discussion on anything until you can agree on the definitions of the words being tossed around. So anyway, I distinguish religion as being apart from ethics. Ethics are an expression of morality, of internalized values, whereas religion is an external construct. Rules that I've come to see the basis of which most religious people don't really even understand. And they don't understand them because they really don't internalize the ethics. For instance, an ethical man will refrain from stealing because he knows it's wrong. He knows that it robs someone else of the value of the work they've put into accumulating it. And then you just come along, take it away. They know why it's wrong. But a religious man, he'll refrain from stealing simply because his religion tells him not to. But deep down, he really doesn't know why. Because he has no internalized ethics. So anyway, ethics are moral principles that govern a person's behavior or the conducting of an activity. They're connected with distinguishing between good and evil and right and wrong. Put simply, it's a psychological structure to support one's personality in the same way a walker supports an elderly person. And I suppose that has some commonality with religion as well. But an ethical man is rarely a religious man, if ever. I suppose you could interchange the word ethics and morality. They're interchangeable, I suppose you could say. I just use the word ethics, but you could just as easily call it morality. One thing I have noticed about religion is that it invariably seeks to impose itself onto others. Religious people seek to control other people. And I guess you could say it's all about proselytizing, trying to force everyone to conform. And it goes beyond just the traditional Abrahamic religions. I mean, I did a video not too long ago about how atheism is a religion. And I think it is. Just go back and watch that one. I explained myself pretty well. And then you've got the woke movement. It's a religion too, I think. And here's the meme. We're here, we're queer, and we're coming for your children. They always seek to impose themselves on others. Ethical people, moral people don't do that. Because deep down inside, they know that, they're nothing special. In fact, I really even debated with myself as to whether or not to even do this video because I started thinking that I might be guilty of the very thing that I'm decrying. And I thought about it a while, and I decided to go ahead and do it. It is what it is. But essentially, religious people need to self-validate. And I'll read you what Grok has to say about it. The need for validation is one of the reasons why people proselytize. People seek validation for their own beliefs by convincing others to share them. This can reinforce their own sense of self-worth and identity. And, they need to reinforce their sense of self-worth because deep down, they know that they're not any good. Then there's the desire for control. In some cases, individuals may proselytize to exert external control over others, and I'll get into that in a minute. But ultimately, people seek to project their own religious beliefs onto others to prove to themselves that they're good. But see, if you really were good, why would you need to prove it to yourself? Huh? So as I've said, people push their religion onto others to prove to themselves that they're good. But as I said, why would you need to prove that to yourself unless deep down you knew that you weren't? You know, when you take this attitude to its extreme, I wouldn't even call it an extreme, to its logical conclusion, it always results in killing, in murder. Because if your target won't convert, then what else is there to do? So it always results in murder, mass murder. And you can look throughout history. The communists, Nazis, institutionalized religions, Islam especially Islam. They've murdered hundreds of millions of people over the years. And then, the Christianity, the Catholic Church in particular. So ultimately, we're dealing with an evil, pernicious disease on the soul of the human race, the collective consciousness of us all. And, there's control, which all dovetails back into self-validation. By controlling others, a person may seek validation or approval from their peers or society. So in essence, they try to create their own society that will validate what they're saying in the first place. They try to create their own world to validate themselves. And then that comes from insecurity. Person may feel afraid about their own abilities or position, leading them to try to control others to maintain a sense of power and superiority. And they always do it. And just, look at the people you know in life. Narcissists, for instance. Narcissists are like that. They're all about control. Sad but true. And, ultimately, religion is an expression of hatred. The religious person seeks to validate himself by projecting his own self-hatred onto others. All people naturally hate that which is evil. So to absolve himself of his own evil, he attacks it in others rather than in himself. He seeks to change others to conform to his religion, and in doing so actually condemns himself by judging others. I put this meme, a quote by Carl Jung, the psychologist. The most dangerous psychological mistake is the projection of the shadow onto others. This is the root of almost all conflicts. And that's true, isn't it? What prompted me to do this video more than anything was all the hatred that I caught from people over the last couple of videos I'd done. I did one over Mariolatry, and I did one over, what was the last one? Oh, televangelists. And, a lot of the direct messages I got from people, my God, cannot believe the hate I caught over that. So I got to thinking, and that's really kind of why I did this video. The Lord said, "Judge not, lest ye be judged." And in essence, that's what you're doing. When you judge others, you're really judging yourself. Anyway, that's that. I hope you learned something from it. This probably will be obvious to a lot of you people watching it. You'll be thinking, why in the hell is he even doing this video? It just seems so obvious. But other people might not. And it's to them that I direct the video, and I hope to edify. Anyway, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks a lot, and adios.